Zoe gasped. "Grover, thy cup!" Grover dropped his coffee cup, which was decorated with pictures of birds. Suddenly the birds peeled off the cup and flew away, a flock of tiny doves. My rubber rat squeaked. It scampered off the railing and into the trees. Real fur, real whiskers. Grover collapsed next to his coffee, which steamed against the snow. We gathered around him and tried to wake him up. He groaned, his eyes fluttering. "Hey!" Dahlia said, running up from the street. What's wrong with Grover?" "I don't know," I said. "He collapsed." Grover groaned. "Well, get him up," Dahlia said. She had her spear in her hand. She looked behind her as if she were being followed. "We have to get out of here." We made it to the edge of town before the first two skeleton warriors appeared. They stepped from the trees on either side of the road. Instead of gray camouflage, they were now wearing blue New Mexico State Police uniforms, but they had the same transparent gray skin and yellow eyes. They drew their handguns. I'll admit, I used to think it would be kind of cool to learn how to shoot a gun, but I changed my mind as soon as the skeleton warriors pointed theirs at me. Dahlia tapped her bracelet. Aegea sprang to life and spiraled out on her arm, but the warriors didn't flinch. Their glowing yellow eyes bored right into me. I drew Riptide, though I wasn't sure what good it would do against the guns. Zoe and Bianca drew their bows, but Bianca was having trouble because Grover kept swooning and leaning against her. "Back up!" Dahlia said. We started to, but then I heard the rustling of branches. Two more skeletons appeared on the road behind us. We were surrounded. I wondered where the other skeletons were. I'd seen a dozen at the Smithsonian. One of the warriors raised a cell phone to his mouth and spoke into it. Except he wasn't speaking English. He made a clattering, clicking sound, like dry teeth on bone. Suddenly I understood what was going on. The skeletons had split up to look for us. The skeletons were now calling the brethren. Soon we'd have a full party on our hands. "It's near," Grover moaned. "It's here," I said. "No," he insisted. The gift from the wild." I didn't know what he was talking about, but I was worried about his condition. He was in no shape to walk, much less fight. "We have to go one-on-one," Dahlia said. "4 of them, 4 of us. Maybe they'll ignore Grover that way." "Agreed," Zoe said. "The wild," Grover moaned. A warm wind blew through the canyon, rustling the trees, but I kept my eyes on the skeletons. I remembered the general gloating over Annabeth's fate. I remembered the way Luke had betrayed her, and I charged. The first skeleton fired. Time slowed down. I won't say that I could see the bullet, but I could feel its path the same way I felt water currents in the ocean. I deflected it off the edge of my blade and kept charging. The skeleton drew a baton, and I sliced off his arms at the elbows. Then I swung Riptide through his waist and cut him in half. His bones unknit and clattered to the asphalt in a heap. Almost immediately they began to move, reassembling themselves. The second skeleton chattered his teeth at me and tried to fire, but I knocked the gun into the snow. I thought I was doing pretty well, until the other 2 skeletons shot me in the back. "Percy!" Dahlia screamed. I landed face down in the street. Then I realized something. I wasn't dead. The impact of the bullets had been dull, like a push from behind, and they hadn't hurt me. The Nemean lion's fur. My coat was bulletproof. Dahlia charged the second skeleton. Zoe and Bianca started firing arrows at the third and fourth. Grover stood there and held out his hands to the trees, looking like he wanted to hug them. There was a crashing sound in the forest off to our left, like a bulldozer. Maybe the skeleton's reinforcements were arriving. I got to my feet and ducked a police baton. The skeleton I cut in half was already fully reformed and coming after me. There was no way to stop them. Zoe and Bianca fired at their heads point blank, but the arrows just whistled straight through their empty skulls. One lunged at Bianca, and I thought she was a goner, but she whipped out her hunting knife and stabbed the warrior in the chest. The whole skeleton erupted into flames, leaving a little pile of ash and a police badge. "How did you do that?" Zoe asked. "I don't know," Bianca said nervously. "A lucky stab?" "Well, do it again!" Bianca tried, but the remaining 3 skeletons were wary of her now. They pressed us back, keeping us at baton's length. "Plan?" I said as we retreated. Nobody answered. The trees and the skeletons were shivering. Branches were crackling. "A gift," Grover muttered. And then, with a mighty roar, the largest pig I'd ever seen came crashing into the road. It was a wild boar, 30 feet high, with a snotty pink snout and tusks the size of canoes. It raised its back was bristled with brown hair, and its eyes were wild and angry. "Reet!" It squealed and raked the 3 skeletons aside with its tusks. The force was so great that they went flying over the trees and into the side of the mountain. They were smashed to pieces, thigh bones and arm bones twirling everywhere. Then the pig turned to us.